Hey everyone! Welcome to the stream. Look, we're all here!
Woohoo!
Yeah! I'm Mike.
Made it.
Joined with me is Sylvia. Right above me and right above Sylvia is CG. And today we are also joined by Nick from GameCrate.com, who is also our DM, the faceless god of our game. We're playing D&D. It's a game that me, Sylvia, and Nick love. CG is... We're going to try to convert her. Do our very best.
It's all right. I started as a complete noob. I rolled up to a table one day. I was like, "Teach me how to play this game." So you're gonna be fine. I promise.
You're going to love it. All right, everyone. So, I'm going to leave this up to Nick. Nick, why don't you introduce our story?
All right, so I believe we're all starting at 5th level for the campaign, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And a couple of one-shots at different sorts of levels for the previous streams. We're doing 5th level, 3 players here. I would like to start by just going around and having each of you describing your character, the world they come from, and what you are doing when you, or the last thing you remember when you are pulled out of your world into another dimension. So Mike, we'll start with you. Tell us about your world and how it was going wrong and the last thing you remember before you were pulled out of your world.
Yeah, sure. My name is Moscow. I am a fire genasi. What you see from my individual is somewhat of a sash going over, sort of tan colors that go over a breastplate, black. Very regal colors, black, gold. My character was born within a noble house within the city of Brass, which is in the fire plane. I was very spoiled, waited upon. During my time in the palace within the city of Brass, I learned to make mixology, magical creation and tinkering. I met a friend of a palace slave who was a gold dragonborn named Yehish, who showed me how my family, with the employment of slaves, was hurting more innocents than helping the cause. So I left the fire plane, disgusted in my own actions, and I went to the material plane. When leaving, the cataclysm. Are we talking about that right now?
Yeah, tell me, so the idea for this is that you were all from worlds that were going very wrong. So I want to know, how was your world going very wrong for Moscow?
Sure. A present was given to my father, a fire Ifriti, who opened it unceremoniously, put it on his head. It was a jewel-encrusted crown, which caused him to grow more powerful, and have an insatiable hunger. Being a genie, he has the power to wish, and he has been wishing parts of the city and its denizens into food and eating them. And so we now have a literal power-hungry Ifriti on the loose.
Okay, so your world was being eaten by your father.
Yeah.
Right? That's the idea, and that's why you left. Okay. All right, good. And then we'll go around to Sylvia. Tell us about your character, and then what was going on in your, what was going wrong there.
My name is Azore Hain. I am from the land of Trivishk, which is a cold world covered in snow and rock. It's very hard to grow things. It's very hard to survive. But my clan managed to survive. We are a proud race of warriors, and I was on patrol with my owl bear, a polar variety, albino, in fact, which is why I named him Snow. While I was on patrol, suddenly there was a wave of heat that hit Snow and myself. The ice began to melt. We were scrambling towards safety when all of a sudden something opened up underneath us. And when Ivishk woke up in the world she's currently in, she was alone. She did not have her owlbear, but he was underneath her, and she senses that he must be around somewhere. Other than that, she remembers basically nothing.
Polar
Very
bear.
nice. All right, CG, you wanna go?
I'm so bad at this. You guys are into the characters have voices and like all this stuff. I don't really have any of that planned.
Just
Okay.
tell us what you have.
I don't even know how to say my name. But
I thought it was a Fenderer. Fenderer. What was it? Hold on.
Fenvyre. I was thinking it's kind of like
Fenrir.
Fenver.
Fenver.
Fenver. I don't know.
Sure. Fenver.
So sure, we're going with that. So my name is Fenver, and I am a warrior. I love to fight. One day when I was out fighting, I encountered something magical. I found a spell scroll, and luckily I knew what was on it, and I knew how to cast this spell, so I cast the spell. And what I didn't know is that apparently this was a spell that opened up to another dimension. So I just ripped a hole in my world, and a bunch of Demogorgons came in, and they just went to town on everything, destroying anything and everyone who got in their path. Despite me being an awesome warrior, I couldn't even handle a Demogorgon. And the last thing that I remember is that a Demogorgon jumped on me and started attacking me. And I basically was about to just give up. I'm normally not the type to give up, but I just felt like I was really defeated. So I closed my eyes, and I could tell there was like some sort of bright flash or something that happened. And then all I know is that I'm somewhere else all of a sudden. But I still have the scroll. I don't really know what quite to do with it now.
That was really good.
All right,
Yeah.
Probably be careful with that.
Yeah.
Watch out. All right. So that brings us up to speed, character. So during those key moments when we went somewhere else, you were all exposed to a distinctive sound of many clocks chiming and bonging all at the same time, growing very, very, very loud, and then all of a sudden stopping. And at that moment, you are all dropped into this place. You can see we have on our map here, we have Fenver and Azor and Moscow here. So you are dropped out of portals. Your vision clears and you step into a large courtyard area. The ground beneath your feet is covered with an intricate abstract mosaic of colorful tiles. Teal, purple, and white shades dominate. There is no ceiling, and high, dark brown stone walls rise up to reveal a night sky absolutely full of bright stars and colorful cosmic gases, streaking comets, and even a few colorful orbs you can't identify. The only visible exit from this room, aside from the open ceiling, is a copper-colored metal portcullis closed and obstructing an archway to the north of the courtyard. As you make sense of your surroundings, you see two other people standing across the courtyard from you, each of them looking as confused and disoriented as you. Perhaps they just arrived as well. I think we've gotten a description of what Moscow looked like a little bit, but let's go, Azor. What do the others see when they look at you?
Oh, I am a half-orc, so you'll notice that I am a little taller and brawnier than your average female. I also have a protruding underbite with 2 tusks that stick up. My hair is shaved on one side and pulled back into a very tight, high top knot. And I appear to be wearing not much more than a fur coat and a loincloth, and then another piece of cloth that, covering all the bits, but just a light covering. She does very well in the cold. Some cloth boots as well, and she's carrying a scimitar. And she brandishes it at the two of you and says, "I don't know who you are or what you want or why you brought me here, but I swear I will kill you where you stand unless you tell me why."
Right.
Who are you?
What does a Fenrir look like?
So I am a red dragon, and I am wearing armor that looks like little dragon scales, basically, on the outside. also red in color, and I have a giant sword, two-handed weapon, 4 or 5 feet long, but I'm a badass and I can carry it, easy peasy, no problem. But it's pretty intimidating looking. Yeah.
All right. So we have Ezor is sending people, Moscow or Fenver. How do you want to respond to that?
I bust out my sword and I'm like, you want to go? Because I love to fight.
I will die in glorious battle. Have at you!
Wait.
What does
Are
the
the-
puny one want?
It seems that we're all lost, perhaps. Yeah?
What do you mean? You both brought me here.
No, I did not intend to come here. This is a place I've never seen before.
Same.
Yeah. So, not to offend, large one, I'm not here to fight, and not to say that I would win against someone of your size, but perhaps we shall work together. No?
What do we get out of it?
You are interrupted by a strange crackling in the air, and then the loud sound of chiming and metallic mechanical bonging once again, the sound that accompanied your mysterious departure from your home. And now it's happening again, coming from the middle of the courtyard, just a few yards from you. As you watch, a portal opens up in the air, made of purple and black swirling clouds studded with intensely bright stars. You are startled as a hideous beast splatters out of it. It looks like some kind of slimy worm, only the size of a tree, and gelatinous and semi-transparent.
Whoa.
It lifts its bulk off of the tiles, seems to sniff the air, and immediately locks its attention on Fenrir. It charges forward with a clear predatory intent. We're gonna roll initiative.
Oh, initiative! Here we go.
Going right into the combat. I love it.
So Fenrir.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You can try to talk to it if you want. I'm not saying you have
I don't want to talk to this thing. I want to kill it.
So Fenrir, you have you roll a d20 and you add 3, and that'd be your initiative. That's your turn. That's your turn, like your place in
Okay.
turn.
So 13 plus 3.
Yeah. I got a 21. That's a 19 plus 2.
I also got a 21, but I rolled a 20.
Yeah, you go
Oh,
first.
dang.
Go for it.
Okay, my guy will go last.
All right.
Ooh, that's a good initiative roll. Holy crap.
I should have
Okay.
a piece of paper keep this down.
So, Azore will just kind of like look at this worm and go, screw you guys, I'm going after this thing. Let's see. That, it's not a great hit roll. Let me just do some math here.
So are you closing in on it, or are you firing at a distance?
I'm closing in on it. Yeah, I
Okay.
have a scimitar. I don't have a distance weapon.
All right, so you're up on it right there.
Is a 15 to hit?
15 does hit. It's a
Okay.
very big, squishy worm. You hit it.
Gross. Oh, by the way, I would like to rage.
Ah.
Raging, got it.
So, God, I'm really bad for damage. That is 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
And then I have an additional attack. Oof. That's a nat 5. That
I
does
would
not
like
hit.
to rage.
All right, natural. Yeah, that will not hit. But you do. Yeah, you get a splat of this gross worm goo as you chop at it with your scimitar. So you're raging. So that makes you stronger, and you do more damage with your melee weapon.
Oh yes, that would be a +2, so it would be 9 damage total. Sorry about that.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you added that. Got it.
My
Okay, good hit. Good hit on the giant weird goop worm thing.
Thanks.
Okay, and your turn is done.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we're going to Moscow now.
Moscow will take out a silver mixer, tap it a bit, pour a little bit on his hand, and cast Produce Flame. and
flame, okay.
and shoot off a little fire towards the creature.
Okay.
I say 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay, that is 2d8. And since I'm level 5, I get a bonus with fire damage because of my intelligence modifier and that I'm an artificer. That's okay. 9 points of damage.
Another 9. All right, so you threw something at it, so you made sure and you threw flame at it. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I poured a little bit and the fire catches on the alcohol and tosses it.
Cool. You are a artificer character, right?
I am a alchemist artificer. Yes.
Got it. Okay. Are you moving at all, or are you fine over here?
I am fine far away.
Okay. All right, then we're going to Fenrir. So you see the half orc woman is engaged with it, and then you're here. So you can close if you want to fight it up close, or you can attack from range, or talk to it, or any number of other things if you wanted to do it.
I want to attack from range.
Okay.
But I want to tell Azor to move out of the way.
Oh, you can do that. That's a free action.
Yeah. I'm telling you to move out of the way.
Oh, but I can't until it's my turn again. So that's the unfortunate part of D&D.
Yeah.
It all kind of happens simultaneously.
Yeah. What you would do is if you wanted to do some attack that would hit where she is, you could plan it out and then hold your action until she moves, and then your action would go off. But it depends. What are you actually trying to do?
Well, I was gonna go stick with the route of fire and use my breath weapon and breathe a 15-foot cone of fire at it.
Okay.
But that might hurt her.
You could, if you get like here, 5, 10. If you get like here, it would hit the thing but not hit her. And I think because it's a natural weapon, you know exactly where it's gonna stop.
Okay.
So you can say that she pulled back a little bit, just free on her turn to stay out of singeing range. But yeah, you will not accidentally hit her with this.
In the future,
you did it on purpose if you want.
in the future, Nick, just FYI, since I have the bear totem, or in this case, mine's an owl bear. I will have resistance to all damage while raging, except for psychic damage.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay. So then you're fine. Cool. Let's just breathe some fire all over this thing. How does this work?
So the creature needs to make a Constitution saving throw and beat 13.
It did not. Got a 6.
So CG, go ahead and roll 2d6. So 2 6-sided dice, and add those up.
2, 4.
4 total. Any modifiers to that?
No, I don't think so.
All right. So you breathe fire on it, singe it around the edges. Some of the weird goop on it like boils and bubbles a little bit. It doesn't like that. It's pulling back. It's like it looks kind of like a leech sort of thing. It's got one of those weird mouths. Yeah, it's gross. It has like parts of it are translucent, and parts of it have like star lights inside of it. It's a weird looking thing. All right. So does Fenrir want to back up, or are you okay where you are right here?
I want to stay back until I figure out what this thing can do.
All right. So you stepped up, breathed some fire, and then stepped back. All right. My turn.
Oh boy.
Okay. So this thing, it took it a few seconds to get its bearings as you were like hitting it and everything. But now it moves almost like supernatural quickness. I want you guys to imagine like we took video of this thing and then fast forwarded it. That's how it looks. It's not just fast, it looks like it is moving supernaturally fast in a weird way. And all of a sudden its mouth is facing Azor, and it's trying to bite.
Oh.
First bite, it gets a 13.
That does not hit.
Not hit. Second bite, it gets an 18.
That does hit.
It does hit. Okay.
AC is 17.
Okay. You take 11 points of piercing damage as it some very sharp teeth, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20. All right.
What? I only get these at like the dire moments.
You feel for a moment some strange chilling sensation come in through the take it off before you get any negative effects from it.
The cold does not bother me anyway.
Oh,
That was
God.
that was the worm's turn. I guess
Sorry,
it will
I
be
had to.
Azor's turn again.
I'm sorry, guys. That was a really bad joke. I should not have done that, but I did. Okay, so Azore will go right back in with her scimitar and will attack the creature's face. First hit is a 13.
13 is a miss. Just goops off of it. It's like attacking jelly.
Okay, second is even worse. So I'm just not rolling well today.
All right, a couple of goopy splats. All right, on to Moscow.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Figure out what I'm going to do. I will run towards Fenrir, the red dragonborn, as far as I know.
Staying out of range, I assume?
Staying out of range. Let's see what the range
You
is.
can get like there if you want to move 30.
Am I within 30 feet of her?
Yes.
I will once again tap my mixer, pour a little bit, and actually splash a liquid onto her. And she starts to grow in size. I cast Enlarge Reduce, and I cast the Enlarge part.
All right, Fenrir, he's splashing you with things and making you larger. I don't know. Does that spell probably has a saving throw if someone is...
Oh.
Do you make it clear that this is a...
Okay, I will yell something.
You're helping her?
Yeah. I would yell, we have a large weapon. Let's make it bigger. And I splash.
So it makes me and my weapon bigger? Everything's bigger?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Can I chop this thing in half now?
Certainly try. All right.
So it says
You're in
here...
the hang of this game already.
I want to cut this thing right down the middle.
It says here when you hit with your weapon, you add an extra D4 to the damage.
Yeah. So it's not a ton of extra, but it's more extra. So you're going to want to fight it close up now to take advantage of being larger.
Yeah.
So do you want to close in on it?
Yes.
Okay. So you close in. You're this bigger one now. Okay. And yeah, take your swing. What weapon are you with?
My giant sword, two-handed weapon.
She
it was already pretty big. Now it's very large. Now we're in
She has a great
Tennis
sword.
territory. Yeah.
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 This thing's like, imagine it's like 5 feet long.
Buster sword.
Big.
Yeah.
Well, now it's even bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a large sword. All right, make your swing on this worm thing.
How do I do that?
So you roll a d20 and you add 7 because that is the what you have with
Ooh,
your...
That's gonna hurt. So 19 plus 7, so 26.
Okay, that's plenty high. What kind of fighter are you?
She is an
Subclass?
she's an Eldritch Knight.
Oh, okay,
Oh, yeah.
so that's not a critical, but that okay, that.
Yeah.
But that's still good. That is 26. That will definitely. So roll your damage. So what's her damage dice with that?
So you roll 2d6, you add 4, and then you add the d4. So just stack it all up.
2.
So 2d6, add 4 flat, and then you add a d4.
11 plus 4, 15.
Plus a d4.
15.
Oh, was that
Plus
already?
It was 11 plus 4, and then what?
Add a d4.
Added d4 is 2.
So,
Okay, so 17 total.
God.
Yeah.
And you attack again.
I think you chop off part of its tail with that. It is not dead, but you did chop off like
Just
a
the
writhing
tail.
bit of it.
It doesn't even need that.
It doesn't have it
Gotta go
anymore.
again.
So good for it. So that was 17.
And
All
you
right, yeah, make your second attack.
do it all over again.
Same way.
Same
Yeah,
way.
same thing.
Oh god. It's 2 plus 4, 6.
Well, first you have to hit. So you roll a d20 plus 7.
Oh, just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah, roll your attack first.
Attack 19.
Okay, yeah, hit again.
Yeah, so you hit.
Why don't you re-roll that damage? Because that didn't count. Roll that first.
Okay. That's 4 plus 4, right?
8. And then you add a
Plus
d4.
your d4 for being big.
2.
All right, 10 points of damage. 2 really, really strong hits from enlarged red dragon as you are tangling with this thing and chopping bits off of it. It's moving very quickly and like trying to block your strikes with like bits of its tail, but you just keep chopping them off. All right, and now it is my turn, I believe, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right, it's going to make 1 attack at the big dragonborn.
Oh boy.
Well, that's a 9. That is not good enough. I think it's going to make the second attack on the dragonborn because I think you are the biggest threat in more way than one right now. I got a 13. That is probably not good enough to hit.
She has a. It
So
is.
does it go by armor?
Yeah. So it's
Armor
your.
class,
It says
My armor is
AC.
16.
Okay. Not good enough then. All right, it misses you both times. It cannot get through your armor that you're wearing and then your natural armor as well as a dragonborn. So you're good.
Yahoo!
Back to the top of the order with Azor.
This same old song and dance. Gonna
Okay.
whip out my scimitar and hope for the best here. Oh, that's much better. That is a dirty 20 to hit,
Okay, that'll hit.
which is. Sorry, I'm like juggling things.
Come on, barbarian.
6 plus 2. 8. 8 points of damage for the first hit.
All right, you guys are just tag teaming this thing,
Oh,
stabbing
I'm
it,
sorry.
chopping bits off.
That would be 10.
10 points of damage. All
Rage
right.
damage. Not used
Yeah.
to rage damage. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you always got to put that like on your sheet in parentheses +2 because it like always applies most of the time when you're fighting. If you're doing it right.
That is a 22
Okay.
for the same 10 points of damage. So
Another
I'm trying to
10.
Find purchase with it.
All right, yeah, this thing is like leaking goo from a lot of wounds. It's like dripping splashing all over both of you who are close in on it. It does not look like it's holding itself together very well. Still up and fighting.
Okay.
Whatever infernal thing you are, I will kill you.
My turn, right?
Yes.
Yes. Once
Are we
again.
allowed to talk to each other?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. At any time.
Talking is free in combat. Just have all the conversations you want. Something like super elaborate, then I might say, hey, you guys have to like pause because during combat. But yeah, please
Okay.
No.
talk.
So you with the red hair.
Yes.
You can do fire, but can you do ice?
Unfortunately, I do not have that. It's not my repertoire. But I'm going to try again, and I once again tap my my mixer, pour it on my hand, and cast Produce Flame.
Worked pretty well last time.
Yeah. 14 plus 5, 19.
19 hits.
Okay. It is 2d8 plus 4. There we go. Okay. That's pretty good. 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. That is good. And you hurled fire at it again, is the idea?
Once again.
Yeah, I think some of the fire like gets into this thing and like seems to ignite some like system inside of it, and it like burns kind of like a trail of gunpowder a little bit, and then the whole thing like bursts. It splatters all over the place, and there's little bits of it continue to like ooze and wriggle around and everything, but yeah, it falls to pieces and collapses and is no longer a threat to you.
Did we just get raid from Ghostbusters? Like Slimered?
Yeah, it's quite a bit like that, yeah.
Oh.
That's where it's just peeling off like bits of goo, just like, oh,
Ugh.
sick.
Seeing the giant dragonborn, Moscow clicks his tools, and you start to return back to your normal form.
Thanks.
Do that to me next time.
Yeah.
I think I have something different prepared for you. But so
Pretty well.
we are all agreeing that this place is not familiar. Yeah. No, that was something
I've certainly never been here. This is very strange.
What's that door?
Which one?
It was a copper one, right, Nick?
Yeah, the only exit out of the room, aside from the fact that the ceiling is open, but it would involve climbing up walls, is a copper portcullis that's like down in ceiling. There's a passage to the north, or north. You don't know which way north is. That was air quotes north.
Ah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I still don't quite trust you both. You're both heat users. Heat was what hit me before I came here.
Oh, chill out. If I wanted to do something to you, I could have done it already. I was huge.
If I
Could've
wanted
stepped on
to
you.
chill out, I would go home.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I go
What?
over to the door and check it to see if it'll open. I don't check for traps. I'm dumb.
All right, how are you checking it?
I'm like, do I see a handle?
Make an investigation check.
Oh god.
And then what are Moscow and Fenrir doing?
Fenrir, would you like to go first? So, what you like to do?
I rolled a 2.
Oh.
I'm gonna kind of like look over at her, but I'm not gonna go over there because I know better.
So I'm like prying my scimitar into this thing,
Yeah.
trying to get it to open.
Moscow, are you still over here, or are you going over
I s-
towards the door?
I will walk towards the door, and from my waist, I pull a small golden wand, and I point it towards the door, and I use my Wand of Secrets, one of its charges.
And what does that do?
The wand has 3 charges. When holding it, you can use an action to expend one of the charges, and if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, it pulses, and I am aware of it.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to, everybody make a perception check.
Oh, yeah. Uh,
Roll a d20, and then there should be perception on your character sheet.
it should be on the left, under above skills.
Got
And
it.
then whatever bonus. Oh my gosh! Natural 20.
Jeez.
Why do I like this is so random?
Oh,
It's terrible. I'm terrible at combat, and then just randomly I'm just killing it.
I've got a 10. I got the 10.
10?
Yeah.
14 plus 1, so 15.
Okay. All right, so here's a few different things have just happened. What's the range on the wand?
What was that again?
What's the range on the wand of secrets? Did you say?
From where I am standing. So I would probably be within 30 feet of the door.
Okay, so it's a 30-foot range, right?
Yeah, from me.
Okay. All right, so your ping, it does not ping. There is no secret entrance or trap within 30 feet of you, according to that, the Wand of Secrets. Azor, you investigated this and did not do very well, Gullis. So you do not see any handle. You're not sure. It's a portcullis, right? So it would go up and down. I think you're trying to push, like it's a push door, but it opens by going up. You're like pushing on the gate.
Someone.
Maybe you don't have these in your world or whatever. We don't know if they have portcullis technology where you come.
We don't. Let's just
But,
establish that we don't.
What was your perception roll, Moscow?
10.
10. Okay, so, but so Azor and Fenrir, you got high enough perception to notice the worm in the middle of the room. All of its bits are reversing, like somebody pressed rewind, and are going back inside of it.
Uh-oh.
And it is like, as you're watching, it is very rapidly coming back together and forming itself back into the thing that you first
Oh
encountered.
crap, guys. We gotta get the heck out of here.
Oh, for God's sake, burn that thing.
Someone lift the door.
All right, we're going to be in the same
lift.
initiative order as we'll pick up where we were. So I think Moscow, you had just killed it.
Fenrir.
So Fenrir, you're right there. So it has come up and it's because you're close to Fenrir. But I assume that because two of you noticed it, you let Moscow know that there's a giant worm thing behind him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Fenrir, what do you want to do?
Can we just get out of here? This thing's just gonna keep coming back no matter what we do. So, can you maybe make me big again so we can just lift this door up?
I don't want to use too much of my ability, but I could do so in my turn. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I can't do it out of turn, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just FYI, turns are each round between all of us is approximately 6 seconds at a time. So whatever you decide to do on your turn, it takes place within a 6-second period. Which is why like people can't just like retcon cast spells on you to make you bigger, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. So then can I just run over to the door and try lifting it up myself?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get over to the door, and I'm gonna say, make a check,
I'm sorry, a what check?
a strength check. So you're just gonna roll a d20 and add your strength modifier.
Which is +4 for you, Fenvir.
It's plus what for me?
4.
4.
Plus 4.
Okay, so 15 plus 4, 19.
19. Okay. I do think you. It is very, very hard to lift this thing, and as you're lifting it, you are hearing like gears in the like creaking and complaining, like you're lifting it against whatever force is supposed to be. So you're lifting this thing up, and it is very hard. You can get it. You have it like a foot off the ground at this point.
I'd like to assist since I'm there. If I can.
Yeah. So on your turn, if you want to take your action, you could just do that so she could keep the thing lifted. So you would have to hold it like that if that's what, or to just hold it like a foot off the ground. I think is as high.
Well, if we're hearing something, then that must be there's a switch or something around here, right?
It definitely sounds mechanical. It sounds like there's anything on your side. I believe it is the worm's turn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Moscow, you are the closest.
Oh boy.
It is coming over to you. It's gonna bite at you twice.
That was loud.
That is a 12.
That does not hit.
Okay, and that is a 15.
That does not hit.
That does not hit. Okay. Yeah, it's once again moving very, very quickly as it, and its like mouth is snapping just outside of the range of landing on you. Before we start the top of the order, we're gonna get interrupted by Fenvir. Something comes running out of the hallway ahead. Cullis, some small humanoid figure. It slides under the portcullis that you have lifted up a foot. It slides under that, and it's shouting as it goes past you. It is it's a voice is calling, "Oh no, you don't." And a strange little figure runs under the gate, waving his hands dramatically. You see, you get a good look at this Moscow. He's waving his hands, making some kind of like magical incantation, like motion, and a very small portal, like the size of like a can of tuna or something, opens up right next to this worm, and it gets sucked through it like something's getting shot out like a hole in a spaceship.
Oh.
So the worm gets pulled through this, and it's not big enough at all to pull this worm. So a bunch of goop gets like torn off the edges of this thing. It's really gross, kind of like reverse Play-Doh fun fact sort of situation. As it gets pulled through this thing, and it is gone for good this time as it gets pulled through this portal in a big mess. There's a glowing, goopy mess left behind on the ground. The figure is a small male humanoid, maybe 3 feet tall. He has pale skin. He's wearing large black goggles. You can't see his eyes at all. He just has black goggles on. He has a wild frill of bright blue hair sticking out from his balding head. He's wearing some kind of protective clothing made of gray canvas. He starts talking to you immediately. He speaks very rapidly. It says, "My apologies. Sometimes when I bring new people in, some wild vermin tags along uninvited from the liquid time stream. I'm just glad you were able to keep it busy until I got down here from my control room. Pleased to meet you. I'm the master of this place, the revered guardian of the time stream, the overseer of the proper order of the multiverse, and the blessed savior of existence itself. But we're going to be good friends, so you may call me the Time Master."
Oh.
And he reaches out to shake your hand, Moscow.
It's a pleasure. I kind of...
He enthusiastically shakes your hand. Gloved hand. And he goes over, and now he's going to shake your hand.
No.
No?
What the
All
fuck
right.
are we doing here?
He pauses for a second, and then he moves on. So, Fenrir, are you still holding up the portcullis? This is all happening
No,
very fast.
I let it go when he came running out because I
Okay,
was
so
like,
you-
what the heck
yeah.
is going on here?
Yeah, you let it drop, so it drops back down. So he's trying to shoot your hand now.
Okay, no, I'm not a fan. I just kind of like shoo him away.
Okay, he says, all right, that's fine. Maybe you have questions. You need some more
No,
information.
really?
Time is short. Ironically, right? Yes. We should go. Come this way.
Lead the way. How do we get out?
He walks over to the portcullis and just like lifts it effortlessly, and it lifts all the way up and stays locked out of there.
What the heck?
Come on, it's really important. You're a curious bunch, but I'll fill you in as we go. We don't have a lot of time. Come on. And he's like walking down the hallway, like gesturing over his shoulder to you guys.
Azori will follow and say, "Can you at least tell me where snow is?"
Snow, as in the atmospheric phenomenon?
No, my owl bear.
Yeah, closeness to their star. What?
My owl bear.
An owl bear. Oh, interesting creatures, owl bears. What?
My companion.
He has not stopped walking, so as you're talking, you're in a tower, so you go down a little hallway, and you go to this staircase that starts curving downwards, kind of a narrow staircase curving downwards. You pass copper doors on the left-hand wall, and it just keeps going down, and he just continues to walk. He's moving very fast for a little guy, and he keeps talking over his shoulder to you guys. He says, if you happen to have anyone when I out of your world, there's a possibility they may have accidentally been placed elsewhere. I can take a look at that in my laboratory for you while you are on your first chin, if that is what you would like. But we really we can't do that right now because things are already way too far beyond control. The construction remains as before, where you have white, purple, and teal tiles underfoot, dark brown stone. It all looks impossibly old, but very sturdy. And then you pass a heavy copper metal doors, walls regularly.
So actually, Azora would like to see if she can put her hand on this guy's shoulder and spin him around and stop him from moving for a moment.
Okay, so you go up to him and you want to grab his shoulder.
Yeah. Do I have to roll for that, or am I able to do it?
Make an attack roll.
Oh.
I'm not thinking you're gonna punch this guy, but that's just to
No.
connect.
I just want to be. Want to be firm and direct with this guy. Oh, I rolled 14.
14. Okay. I mean, you tap him. I think what he does is he turns around to look at you and is now walking backwards down the stairs. You did not stop him, but he does not miss a beat. He is just continuing to walk backwards as he's making eye contact with you. He says, yes, question. You have a question?
This creature and I are psychically linked. I cannot sense him.
Well, that is not surprising because you are definitely no longer on the world as this creature. We might be able to fix that. I will work on that. I will. He's calling to the others like, please, come on, hurry. In brief, I have brought you all here, saved you, really, because your world, in fact, all worlds, are in great danger. I removed you from your world before they collapsed entirely because existence itself needs your help. You will have a few necessary missions to complete, which, according to my calculations, should correct what has gone wrong and bring all worlds back into equilibrium once again. Once you have done that, if you wish, I can return you to your proper place and time, and things will be back on the right track. This is a chance for you to be the greatest heroes in history, in all histories, not just saving the world, but saving all worlds.
What have you done?
What's that?
What have you done?
I'm just trying to fix it. I am trying to fix it, and you are going to help me. Have you had a chance to meet one another? Keep walking, but since you'll be working as a team, maybe you should familiarize yourself.
I trust him even less than I trust you.
Well,
And I'm gesturing to the two of them.
I will. I do not. I understand your concern, but I am here to serve, more or less. So.
Are you, pretty boy?
Yes, and the silver serving tray that Moscow carries underneath his arm comes out with a mage hand, starts putting down glasses and starts pouring you drinks.
As we're walking?
Mage hand, I can hold it. And you did mention you wanted something, big one. Here. And I hand you a green vial.
How strong is this?
Oh, do not take it now. Take it if you need to move very fast. And I hand you a vial of swiftness. Actually, it's my experimental elixir.
Well, thank you, but I could use something stiff right now.
Unless this place has a tavern, I don't know where I can get more supplies.
Says, I do have food and rest, but that will have to wait till after your first mission because time is very, very critical.
Well, I am
almost
going
there.
to need a drink after this.
But before we arrive, a little tip for all of you. I think now it's finally turned back around to face forward as he continues walking down. You guys have been walking down this curving staircase for quite a while. It all looks the same as you just start curving down and down. I'd like to ask you all, please, to imagine for me. Say you have a meeting coming up planned with some of your... it's about 2 weeks away, scheduled for Wednesday. Then you are sent a message that tells you that due to a scheduling conflict, the meeting will be moved forward by 2 days. What day of the week is the meeting now?
Friday?
Wednesday, move forward 2 days. Friday. What did everybody agree? Friday?
As in it's earlier?
It's
So
2
it
days.
would be
2 days
Monday?
after. 2 days after. After
Move
Wednesday.
forward. Move
Yeah.
forward from Wednesday. Is it Friday? Is it Monday?
It's Friday. Friday. It should be.
I don't care. It's
These are-
whatever day it is.
These are strange questions.
Interesting. You see, if you ask a dozen people this question, you will find that not everyone agrees. Some people say Friday, some say Monday. Forward and backward in time are not like forward and backward in space. Do you feel like you've spent your lives walking forward along time's road, or have you been standing still in time's river while it rushed around you and past you? Time is complicated, but beautiful, and it's not what you think. Come on, I'll show you. And he turns without warning and goes.
I feel like he's gonna blow our minds. This is weird.
He throws open a door, and it's a very. And he walks down it, and then there's a copper metal ladder, and he starts climbing the ladder.
Ladies first.
Oh, I
I
guess
did not
I'm gonna
ask for
follow.
this, but I guess I'll climb.
After you. I turn to Fenrir.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna climb up.
Sure, I'll follow.
All right. As soon as your head passes through the hole in the ceiling, you are surrounded by mechanical noise. From every direction, at every possible pitch and tone, there is the sound of gears ticking and clacking and turning. You climb off the ladder onto a metal floor and see that you are in an enormous chamber, hundreds of feet wide and at least in every direction. And every surface is covered in gears. Big and small, all different materials, shapes, and sizes. The floor around you, the distant walls, even overhead, gears everywhere, turning all together, one infinitely complicated machine. After a few minutes or a few moments of awe, you realize standing on a very large gear made of copper under your feet that is rotating very slowly, connected with all the others. Your mind tries to make sense of how the tower you just descended and the ladder you climbed could possibly be connected to this room, and you get a little bit dizzy as you. The Time Master smiles widely, and his opaque black goggles are reflecting gears surrounding you. He stretches out his arms and turns slowly in the opposite direction the gear beneath you is rotating. He says, "Each of these gears is a world. All the worlds that there are, including us here in the center. Time, as you know it, is the motion of these gears. On these individual worlds, people live and die, kingdoms rise and fall. There is joy and misery, there are monsters and heroes. But the worlds themselves always continue. Time goes on. At least it's supposed to." The Time Master points at a very specific patch of gears on the far wall, directing tension there, and you can see that something is wrong. That's the only point in the room where gears are not turning smooth. It looks like a few are missing, and those that show them are wobbling and slipping, not connected as they should be. Time goes on as long as the gears keep turning. That universal truth changed recently when someone in one of your worlds did something that caused their worlds to actually end. You're startled by a loud, sharp cracking noise, which interrupts the soothing clockwork tones that surround. As you watch a small gear at the outer edge of the disruption splits and shatters, falling. The gears near it begin to tremble and wobble more. The Time Master sighs and shakes his head. It only works as a system, you see, and it's all breaking down now. If enough gears break, the system as a whole will. Worlds end, time stops everywhere, even here, forever. If forever even means anything anymore at that point. My research tells me that it's still possible to correct this breakdown by applying the right kind of pressure at key points on the wobbling gears. We can bring the system back into and make it self-sustaining once again. And that's where you come in. And he points at you, very excited. Using my abilities, I worlds at the moment they were beginning to wobble, and I plucked you out. I saved you so that you can save us all. If you do not wish to help to correct this cosmic imbalance, I would be happy to put you back right where I took you from and allow you to experience for yourselves what it is like when a world shatters. I can assure you it is not pleasant.
Oh boy.
Another gear, far away but closer than you expected, cracks again, and a piece of stone from the gear fires in your direction. Moscow, make a dexterity save.
Oh, okay. My saves are... Got it. 18.
18. All right, you dodge out of the way and you by this piece of gear as it flies. The Time Master says, it's picking up speed. We have to act soon. If you have some questions, I can answer them now. The clock is ticking. So as soon as you're ready, let me know and we'll...
Azora just sits on the ground and cradles her head in her hands. She's just completely lost. She's never seen a clock before. She doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Can I go to...
The Time Master is like nodding and he's like, it is... Don't worry, you do not have to understand it. Just do exactly as I tell you and it'll... And we'll get you back to your what was it? Dog? Your dog, right? We'll find your dog. Okay.
Azora just gives the most murderous look to this guy that's ever been delivered.
I
think he just smiles and you just see your reflection in him.
I like to go up to the Time Master, and when he mentioned that there were key points that caused our worlds to shatter, I like to go, does this mean my father was the cause of mine?
He says, I haven't been able to determine exactly what caused this yet. I'm working on that in my lab. The first break from the natural order of things was intense and dire. It destroyed several worlds at once in rapid order. I'm hopeful that as you put things back on the right track, I will be able to retrace the damaging ripples back to their source and identify exactly what went wrong in the first place to make sure it never happens again. Your father in your world was not the cause of this problem. He's just a symptom. Worlds should remain in balance so that these sorts of things don't happen, but now that the balance is no longer maintained, everything's starting to spin out of control, and you're getting things like your father eating the world sort of situations, you know?
So what happened to my planet?
It wasn't consumed by fire. I guess is the best we could put it. Annihilated in an everywhere at once.
What do I need to kill?
Excellent. That's the right kind of thinking. A bunch of orcs, actually. I hope you're up for that. But that will be your first mission. As soon as you guys are ready, we stepping towards the ladder.
Point me in the direction of what needs killing, and I shall kill it.
I would like to go.
Very, very good. Yes, I knew I had picked the...
If my father is a symptom, then I need to atone. I will go.
Excellent, excellent. And you, dragon person?
Fenrir. And yeah, I'm down for a fight. Let's go.
All right. So he's running back to the ladder. He's climbing down again, assuming you guys are gonna fall.
Yep.
He says, as he's explaining as he's going, he says, so you will need to go to certain wobbling and work to get them back on their proper track. Correct the disruptions that I have identified. The most urgent need right now is in a realm known as Middle Earth. There, a couple of young great heroes in the world. They've been captured by orcs and are about to be eaten. This will lead to the rapid end of that without your intervention. Your task will be to make sure the halflings go free. From there, the world should get back into its correct groove.
Oh my God,
Save
Nick.
the weaklings. Go forward. Got
Nick,
it.
are we
Exactly.
are we correcting continuity?
You have to correct the wobbling world. They're not.
Nick, you
Please,
immediate
you've
genius.
delayed enough. The fate of all worlds hangs. So he starts hurrying back upstairs rather than down. Still explaining. He says, I will put you as close to where you need to go as I possibly can, but there are limits. If I drop you in the wrong place, your presence will destabilize the world even further rather than correcting its wobble. You should each take one of these timepieces. He gestures to the wall as you're continuing upstairs, and you see three copper pocket watches that were definitely not there when you came down these stairs previously. Go ahead and take one each. The minute hand will all point you towards your target in each world you visit to act as a guide. And when your mission is complete, I will transport you back here using. Do you all take the pocket watches?
What was
Yeah.
the last thing you said? Using what?
He will use those to transport you back here.
Got
using
it.
The pocket watches.
Yeah.
I don't know the technology level of your relative worlds. Moscow, I imagine, since you have like flintlock level Renaissance technology, you may be familiar with pocket watches. I don't know, Azor and Fenrir, do you
I
guys
have no
have
idea what the
watches?
hell this is. I think it's a talisman, so I'll just plug it and like tuck it in my.
Got
Sure.
it. Perfect.
Nice.
Fenrir, how about you? Does your world
I
have
have no idea
clock?
what it is. No.
Got it. Okay, great. So you guys take the copper talisman.
Yeah.
This will protect us, yes?
Yes, it will be your guide, yes. So he goes up a little bit more and again picks a semi-random door. And as soon as he opens it, the other side of it is a field of green rolling hills dotted with some enormous black rock. He points it, he says, Middle Earth, go and head east, free the halflings from the orcs before they are eaten. Do that and we'll be one step closer to setting this all right once again.
Go east.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
step
ready.
through the door.
I will follow.
I followed you.
All right. I need to go to a different page, but you are, yeah, as soon as you step through the door anymore. You are just in a field. It's a nice sunny day. You're standing on green grass. There's green rolling hills, some rocky cliffs dotting the area. The time that you spent in the gear room counted as a short. So if anybody wants to use hit dice or has abilities that recharge on a short rest, you can do that now.
Perfect.
So CG, because you're new at this, the way and ability in D short rests and long rests. Short rests are of like an hour of peace. You can spend any number of hit die that you have. You guys are 5th level. That means you have 5 hit die. You can roll them and regain some health if you feel like you need to. And you can take short rests whenever you have an hour of peace uninterrupted. Then all of your hit die recharge when you take that's 8 hours of actual rest and sleep if you need to sleep. That's when you get everything back at a long rest.
Mm.
I don't think anybody was that hurt, but maybe Azor, are you?
Yeah,
Some hit die?
I used a couple of hit die. I have full health again.
Okay. And then, yeah, any abilities that you guys have that recharge it.
No. No.
Okay. All right. So you are supposed to head east, and looking in that direction, you immediately see a group of menacing figures rushing in your direction. You're out in the open, so they've definitely seen you. As they come closer, backlit by the pre-noon sunlight, they become clear. A small band of orcs, 2 of them riding on twin aggressive wolves the size of horses. So that is what is approaching you. Yeah, stuff.
I take out my scimitar in one hand and a scythe in the other, and I just yell and run towards them.
Sounds good. Let's roll some initiative.
All right.
Oof.
Oh. Oh no.
4.
3.
Oh
Damn
god,
it.
please roll
Good
higher.
luck last time.
I know.
That's how the universe corrects itself.
Yeah, it all is in balance, right?
This is why D&D is actually a fun game, because sometimes the odds are not in your favor.
Damn it. Fenvir, what'd you get?
What am I rolling?
D20 plus your initiative, which I...
Oh, 1 plus initiative.
Wow.
Oh, not 1? Oh no!
That's fine. That's what I got too. Here, you get a... Initiative is plus... where is it? Oh, you have a plus 0. So it's a 1.
Okay.
I'm assuming, Nick, you go first.
Yeah, I mean, what's your highest?
The highest is 4 with a...
Okay,
that
yeah.
would be me.
Yeah.
All right, then yes, I will be going.
Damn it.
All right, so the 2 that are riding on the giants are going to get first. They're just going to charge forward. I assume that the 2 fighters are kind of in front, the fighter and the barbarian.
Oh yeah, I'm front of the pack, just like, I don't care, I see enemy, I kill.
Man.
That makes sense.
Oh, man.
Searching through the monster manual, the stats. Guys.
Let's see what I have for this. You still have my
Yeah,
potion.
so there are two of them are riding on the giant, and then there's 3 more that are running after that are going to take a little bit longer to get.
So you still have my potion there, Azur. That'll make you faster.
Was that a free action that you actually yell?
No, just a reminder.
That is called metagaming. I don't think I remember.
Oh, okay.
I am blinded by the fury of battle. I'm not a very intelligent character. Sorry.
Alright, can we see this okay? Alright, so we have the 2 wargs that close the distance quickly, and then the orcs that are on their back are spears. One of them at Azor and one at Fenvir. Okay.
Oh, man.
On Azor, I got a 12. I don't think that's enough.
No, that's not enough.
At Fenvir, I got a 14. Probably not good enough.
16.
Okay, so both of them cannot get through your armor, but orcs and the guys stabbing down at you. The other 3 orcs are like running across the ground as fast as they can. They get to there, and that is the end of their turn.
All right.
Okay.
Azor goes first.
Okay, perfect. I look at the mounted rider with if anybody's looking, somewhat of a jealous look, and go in with my scimitar for 2 strikes. That is a 13 to hit first.
13 to hit. Are you attacking the warg or the?
Oh, the beast or the rider?
The rider.
The rider. Okay. Then yes, you hit the rider with a 13.
Yes.
Yeah, they're just wearing hide armor. So
Okay. That is 11 damage for the first
11 damage. All right. Yeah, that's a real good stab on that guy.
And then once more, which is that's worse. 12.
12 is a miss.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. Who's after Azor?
That'll be me.
It's Moscow.
Nick, in your game, is drinking something or like a potion a bonus action or an action?
I mean, unless we've specifically said that you have it easily accessible and ready, then I think it would take an action to get your, because use object is an action. So
Okay.
if it's like a potion that you've previously set up, that you're like wearing on your belt, that I can maybe have somebody grab off, you're gonna do that. Then it will take an action.
I will paint a picture and you judge whether or not.
Okay.
Moscow once again brings out his tools, taps it a bit, and pours out a purple elixir, an experimental elixir. I'm spending a spell slot to make a new one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make a flight elixir. So it's in my hand. Can it be a bonus action to drink it?
So you're making a flight elixir. I mean, that fly, and then you would be able to fly, right? Is that the deal?
So the way the flight elixir works is that it says the drinker gains a flight speed of 10 feet for 10 minutes.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna say that when you make, you can drink them as an action if you're actually making the potion, but you cannot give it to someone else to drink as like a free action.
Got it.
Right.
I down the sucker.
Right, so yeah, you can drink it.
I down it and I go 10 feet up in the air.
10 feet up in the air. Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. 10 feet up in the air. Okay. So now is it Fenvir's turn?
Fenvir's turn.
All right. You have a giant wolf and an orc riding on its back.
Okay, so am I able to use my my fire cone again because of the short rest?
Does fire cone, does that recharge on a short rest?
I think it might.
It says you can't use it again until you complete a short or a long rest.
Okay, yeah, because that's a short rest, then yes, you do.
Are they close enough? Are they within 15 feet of each other?
They're right in your face, so honestly, could move like to the side, and I would say you would get all 4 of them.
Woo!
All right.
You're right, you would get both wargs and both orcs like angled to the side and breathe it.
So all 4 of them need to make a Constitution save. Wait, no, a Dex save.
I assume that's what you're gonna do.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're breathing it all over all 4 of you guys. All right, so
Nice.
they're all making dex. Okay.
Freaking Dragonborns.
Orcs got 13 and 15.
World.
Is that good?
You have to get a 13 or more.
Okay, so both orcs saved. One of the wargs saved, one of the wargs failed. So I'm gonna say. So did they take no damage when they save or half?
It's half.
All right, so roll your damage. You can just roll it once and it'll apply to everything.
Is that the D20 again?
No, this is the it's whatever your I think it was 2d.
6s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then was that +4?
Is it?
Is it +4 for?
Or is it just the 2d6s? No. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's 7.
7. Okay. So they're the one that failed, the close ward takes 7. It gets the full brunt of it and doesn't have a chance to pull away. So it's howling in pain. The orc on top of it manages to like lift foot kind of up out of the way, part of the damage, but it's still not great. The other warg just gets singed a little bit. And then the orc that is like too focused on Azor to protect himself from the fire and gets enough of it on that he catches on fire and falls like dead onto the ground, falls off of the warg because he was already hurt from the scimitar cuts.
Yeah.
So you killed one, you did a little bit of damage. All right. I assume that's the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Back to the orcs, or back to the wargs. We got one warg is going to bite at Azor. Are you raging right now?
I am.
Okay.
I forgot to mention. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
I would like to
24.
rage. 24? Holy
So you're
crap.
going to take half of this damage, right? 'Cause-
Yes.
all right, that would be 14 points of damage.
Oh,
You take 7
what type of damage?
piercing damage.
I also have resistance to every damage. Does that mean I have it again, or
Why do you have resistance to every damage?
since I have the path of the totem,
Yeah.
the bear, so while raging, I have resistance to all damage except psychic damage.
Yeah, so what that is normally barbarians resistance, slashing, and bludgeoning. This is extending your resistance to all the other attacks. So you just take half of it. So you would take 7 points. And then it's trying to pull you down, so make a strength saving throw as it tries to grab your arm and pull you down to the ground.
Okay.
I think you get a bonus to that because you are raging.
I believe so. It's a nat 6, but... Sorry. And plus 2, so that would be 11 total?
11's not good enough. It grabs your arm and pulls you down and you are prone. It's pinned you to the ground, one of these giant wolf things. It's like growling in your face.
I growl back at it.
Nice.
Menacing. Alright, the other warg is going at Finveer. I got a 16. Does that hit?
My armor's 16.
16, alright, it does hit. You take 11 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And you also have to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's...
It would be a d20 plus your strength bonus plus your potency bonus.
So, Finveer, that is a
d20.
d20 plus 7.
Okay. So 8 plus 7, 15.
15. All right, so it tries to pull you down, but strong pull your arm out. It does not successfully pull you down to the ground.
Okay.
The orc that's on top of that one is going to dab down at you with his spear, but he only gets a 10, so he clatters it off of your armor. Not super great fighters. The other orcs are hurrying up. Okay, and now they are closed the distance, but they cannot attack this turn, but they're all here. All right. Who goes?
Azor.
It would be me. I am going to do something a little unorthodox and attempt to intimidate this warg, even as it's clamped down on my arm.
Okay.
By growling in its face and like trying to establish dominance over it, even as I'm pinned to the ground. So.
Okay. Do you have proficiency in animal handling?
I do not have proficiency.
Okay.
I can only cast like Beat Sense and Speak with Animals, but as a ritual. But I do have a +4 to Intimidation. Okay. So we're gonna try that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have, because it does have you prone, and it does. If the situation was different, I wouldn't give you just. But right now, it's uphill to try to scare them.
Oh, so
I see.
Disadvantage, you said?
You would have disadvantage on this because it thinks right now.
Okay. All right.
Still gonna try?
Yes, I will.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, but not one. Never mind.
All right.
My turn.
Yeah. I rolled a wisdom.
I'm fairly.
So I think it is like laughing at equivalent of giant mean wolf thing. It's barking as it has you ground.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take my second attack since that didn't work.
Okay, I'll let you do
From
that.
the
So you're gonna attack it.
Yeah. Is that also disadvantage? I don't.
It would be disadvantage, yeah.
You're prone.
All right. Well.
It doesn't have super great armor.
It's a 12 to hit.
12 misses. Yeah, you're fighting prone, and it manages to like jump up in the air, and your scimitar slashes under it. It's not going great for you.
No, it is not.
Who's next?
That'd be Moscow.
Okay, you're flying 10 feet in the air.
As my movement, I would like to move about 5 feet, and then move upwards, and then about another 5 feet closer. So I want to get a cone of 15. I have a 15-foot cone I want to use.
Yeah, you could angle that down and hit. I think you can hit 3 of these guys.
Okay. I will dip my hands into the alcohol, brush them across my hair, and then cast Burning Hands.
Burning Hands. All right, which 3 do you want to hit? I
want to hit the ones that actually are kind of ganging up on Azure since she's.
Okay.
I need her
so
get up.
You're gonna hit the same ones that had already.
Perfect.
Then, yeah. All right, so you're showering these guys with fire. Lots of fire from you guys.
It just happened.
Yeah, it just worked out that way. So what kind of saving throw?
It'll be a dex saving throw for all of them.
Okay, warg number 1, 19.
That saves.
Warg number 2 gets an 8.
That does not.
And the orc gets a 16.
That does save.
That does save. All right, so the orc and one of the war Azor pinged failed. So roll your damage, and then it's half.
That is 3d6, and I got a 15.
15. All right, so 15 damage to the ward. Okay. All right, so Azor, the one that's like holding you down, face. It's not dead, but it's really hurt and distracted after that. The orc rider takes a bunch of damage. You know, get the fire off of it. It is not dead, but it's really hurt. And then the other warg that takes a glancing blow from the fire. It's gotten hit by fire from 2 different directions. It's not liking. None of them die, but they all look like.
Sorry to say this, Nick. I forgot one thing. It's actually a +4 to my damage since I'm using my tools as a focus.
+4 damage. Okay.
Yeah. So add.
Is that always going to apply?
It only applies on fire, acid, and healing.
Okay, so it would be +4, and then it would half. Is that that would be half.
Yeah. So the one that didn't save would get +4, and then those who did save get a +2.
It's basically just going to be like 2. Okay. All right. Yeah. Nobody dies, but they took quite a bit of damage. Yeah. All right. And now it is Fenrir's turn.
Okay, wait, what's the status here with these guys now?
You got a wolf right in your face that looks pretty hurt. You got an orc rider that looks pretty hurt. A couple of fresh orcs have just shown up.
Oh,
And then there's this wolf over here, this giant wolf that battling. And you got the other friend is like hovering above your.
I didn't hear the last one. I'm sorry. The
Your,
last.
your other friend is hovering above your.
Before the wolf. He's the last wolf.
Oh, this wolf is the one that's battling with. Has had her pinned. But you have one
Can
right
I
in your face, and yeah.
Fight the one that's fighting Azor and
You
try to
can,
help her
yeah.
out.
You can maneuver to. Now you're gonna stand like between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like right near where she's pinned to the ground, and you can slash out at that one.
Yeah.
All right, attacking with your greatsword.
Yes.
Okay, make your attack.
4.
+7.
4.
Plus
+7.
7. Oh, 11. Okay.
11. 11 is not quite good enough. Swing and a miss. I think you have a second attack.
All right. 7 plus 7, 14.
14. 14 does. You slash into this thing with your greatsword. Roll your damage.
Yeah.
Save again. 20.
No,
Your
damage dice.
now, so 2d6 plus 4, I believe.
Yeah. 2d6 plus 4.
7, 11.
11. Yeah. How do you want to kill?
Hey!
It had
Chop its
Azor
head off.
pinned on the ground, and then it was totally distracted. It did not see your attack coming. What does it look? Kill it with a
I'm gonna chop his head off.
chop its head off. All right.
Oh, so it's
Azor,
like
the
got
one
my
that
I
arm.
get all over you, but.
Oh, that's so cool. It's still biting down on your
blood
head.
Comes out. A lot of gross, evil wolf blood pours out from the decapitation.
So now I'm covered in worm slime and warg blood. Just
Yes.
I'm having
Hey,
a great day.
I could have let it eat you, so.
I like to imagine that the head is still on your arm, but now it's free.
Yeah. Oh,
You
heck
gotta
yeah.
like
I'll
shake
just,
it
like,
off.
pry the jaw off a little. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. All right. Yeah. One dead wolf. Now it is my turn, right?
Yeah.
I think the other wolf is going to attack Fenrir. That is a 16, which I think hits again.
Yeah.
Okay. Damage. 14. 14 points of damage.
Oh my
As
god,
the
I'm
other
gonna
wolf
die.
hits you. How many hit points do you have left after that?
Well, I have 44, and I lost 25 so far.
All right, so you're like, you're a little bit
You're
under
at half health.
Roll your strength saving throw too. Same thing as before. I think 7. A d20 plus 7 to see if you get knocked down.
Come on. D20 plus 7.
9.
Plus 7?
9.
That's with the 7.
Oh.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, you get pulled down to the ground. But
Oh man.
I think 2 of the orcs are gonna attack Azor down on the ground. So they're getting advantage because you are prone.
TP kit. Total party kill. First episode.
That's like a 23. That's gonna. So you take 5 points of damage, Azor, from slashing at you. The other one, yeah, that's also gonna be. That's another 5 points of damage.
These are all halved because I'm still raging.
Yes, that is true. They're all halved.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 are going to throw javelins up at the flying guy.
Oh.
Oh.
Because that seems important that there's a guy flying up there. 18?
18 is my armor class. I bring up my my serving tray, which doubles functions as a shield, and it just gets through me.
Yeah. 6 points of damage is one of the javelins.
Okay.
The second one misses, goes wide. Only got a 13. And then the other one, I think, down. He's not going to attack this turn, but he jumps down off the. He can't reach the prone dragonborn while he's on. So he jumps down with his spear. All right, that was my turn. I think it's Azor.
Yeah, Azor is over it. So she's gonna
Yes.
go reckless attack.
Yeah!
Get advantage.
Are you going to stand up?
I am. It's gonna take half
Okay.
movement. I understand.
Yeah.
And then my eyes glaze over red, and I just begin to radiate this red glow as I go into a full reckless rage and just
I
start
can
hacking
imagine.
at this orc in front of me.
All right. One of the ones that just hit.
So that's a nat 17. That'll hit.
That will hit.
Let's do 11 damage for the first hit.
11 damage. Oof, yeah. Yeah, you slash him real good. You almost not dead, but he went from like cocky to fearing for his life in like 2 seconds.
Aw, I'm gonna go ahead and attack him again with advantage.
Okay.
Do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, that's over 20, so that hits again.
Woo!
10 damage.
10 damage. All right. What does it look like when you kill this guy?
This was the guy riding the warg that had me pinned down, correct?
No, that one had already died.
Oh.
This one ran up behind them and just took the opportunity that you were down on the ground. He was
Oh,
like,
fantastic. So the first hit I carve into his shoulder and like cleave through his clavicle bone, and the second hit I just chop his head off
sweet.
with a flourish. Just
Lots of decapitations.
oh yes, yeah. And the blood splurts all over me, and I just kind of like bathe in the rain for a second. That's my turn. I have
All
to
right,
use the restroom. I
wonderful.
will be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Whose turn is it?
It is Moscow.
Moscow.
Moscow, as a bonus action, without even pouring any glass, taps his mixer and starts to pour liquid on top of Finvir and casts Healing Word.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So that is a d4 plus my spellcasting modifier plus my spellcasting modifier again, because it is healing and I'm an alchemist.
Okay.
Yeah. That is 10 points of healing for you.
Yay. I'm at 29.
And as an action, I reach into my waist and I pull out my magical infused pistol, and I shoot at the wolf that is currently pinned down as Fendir.
Okay. So you pulled out a pistol to shoot this giant wolf.
That is right. It is glowing blue at the moment.
Cool.
And that is a 17 plus 6. I'm sure that, I'm assuming
Yeah,
that.
that definitely hits. Yeah.
Okay. And that is 1d10 plus 3. That is 8 points of damage.
Okay, describe what it looks like when you shoot this thing dead.
As it's currently grabbing onto Fenrir, I just, above it, shoot near the back of the neck to the spine and just have it just go catatonic and die.
Damn, that's intense.
Yeah. That is my turn.
Okay. So Fenrir, it is your turn. There is one orc right next to you. You are prone, which means you're laying down on the ground. Get up. It just gives you half of your movement, which is, it's fine because I assume you're not going to move. Okay.
Also, a reminder, you Fenrir, you have a bonus action that lets you do 2 more attacks beyond your 2 other attacks. So you can swing 4 times if you want. Or you can use your bonus action to heal yourself a bit.
Oh, this is so overwhelming.
That does not count against your attacks. That's just a bonus action.
Right. So wait. So if I try to get up, that's an action.
No, that's just your movement. You have movement every turn if you want to use. I'm just going to assume you would get up so that you could fight this thing, because otherwise you would get penalties
Right.
to roll if you try to fight from laying under.
Right.
So now you're toe to toe with this orc, and you can do any action.
I can. I'm sorry. Do what?
You can do any actions or bonus actions you want. It's in front of you because that's what he wants it.
It's kind of cutting out. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Can I just try to cut this thing up with my sword?
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
18. And then it's plus 7 every time for my sword?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So 25.
Oh, okay.
25 definitely hits. Roll your damage.
That is the 2d6s. I'll get the hang of this eventually, guys. I swear.
Just do d6 plus
7,
4.
and then that is or is not plus 4? It's not.
It is +4, yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Real good slash. Slash across this thing's like stomach through its armor and everything. I think you have a second attack.
Okay. Is the guy still alive?
He is. You spilled some of his guts. Still alive.
Oh, okay. Can I chop his head off too?
Make your second attack. If you succeed, you will chop his head off.
Oh, it's only 15 this time.
15 still hits. Their armor is not great. It's just hides and stuff.
Kill
Chop
him.
his head off. Third guy to get his head chopped off. All right. We have another orc down with his head chopped off.
Decapitation station.
There's a pile of like orc and wolf heads, and then one wolf got shot in the back of the head.
It's all the head. You gotta aim for the head.
Yeah. All right. What state are we in? So that was the end of the round, right? We have 2 orcs left.
Nick, it's California. We're in California.
Yes, I am. Not in this world though. This is the middle. All right. So we're gonna, because we're out of time, we're gonna. There's 2 orcs left. They're not going to beat you. I think they try to run away, and I want to know if you let them get away, kill them. How do you? They're trying to run back to the east, which is the direction you're supposed to be going.
Without needing to reload, I will shoot again.
All right. Yeah, you hit one in the leg, so take it. You guys can. What about the other one? Somebody gonna take it out?
I'm pursuing. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think you can catch up to it. You can, as it's trying to like run away. So you guys you kill both of these orcs.
Yeah.
All right. You bring them down, and you have won the battle.
We show up in a nice field and they attack us right away. No, they will not live.
Cowards from beginning to end.
Now they're all dead. It's
And
a pile of dead.
now
orcs
they're
and
all dead.
giants. I think we're out of time, so we're going to wrap up there. Next time we will continue heading, trying to free the halflings before they get eaten by orcs.
Awesome. All right, everyone, thank you so much again for joining us today for this little D&D thing that we're going to be doing for the rest of next month. Every Tuesday we're going to have a session. until the conclusion. So thank you again, Nick, for DMing, and thank you, Sylvia and CG, for playing along with us. And even though CG, it's your first time, how'd you like it?
I need to do some research.
Okay.
In this week and next week to figure out how to do this.
Great. You did great. Don't worry.
You did great.
You did awesome for your first session.
Thank you guys for the help.
All right, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll check you Thursday.
It's intimidating to do this.
It is. There's a lot of numbers and stuff, and I was like sitting here trying to write notes. So I was like,
Yeah. You can get a notebook. You can get a whole notebook filled with that stuff. So once again, we stream every Tuesday and Thursday. So we'll check you guys Thursday. Let us.
Bye.